Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to show you something a little different. I haven't done any cooking on my channel, so I wanted to show you these cookies I love, and they're really healthy for you, and it's really simple. They usually are 3 ingredients, but sometimes I like to add a couple, but today I'm going to add an extra ingredient, so I'll say 4 ingredient cookies. But the ingredients you need are Old Fashioned Quaker Oats, or whatever kind of oats you like. Just make sure they're Old Fashioned oats. And some chocolate chips. I'm using the semi-sweet Hershey chocolate chips. And the main ingredient, 3 ripe bananas. These are, I don't know if they're a little overripe, so I have extra ones just in case. I guess we'll see. But make sure they're ripe. And then the ingredient I'm adding today is honey. It gives it a little flavor, makes it a little sweet, and I love to add it into there. And sometimes I like to add sliced almonds or sliced apples. I'll like slice the apples like to little slivers and add it in. Those things add a little flavor to it or a little crunch for the almonds. But today I'm having these 4 ingredients, okay? And let's get started. Alright, so one of the bananas was bad, so I had to switch it out for a new one. So I have them all in here. And we're just going to grab our masher and we're going to mash them up to, like I said, a puree. So the new banana is a little hard, of course. But if you have ripe bananas, it's really easy to puree it. Just mash it up. Alright, so after you're done mashing it, you want to make sure it looks like this. Kind of like a soup. And then after this, we're going to add our oats. Make sure you got all the chunks out of it. I think this is good. Okay. Alright, and now we'll add our oats. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to add 1 cup at first. Yes, I'm making a mess. And you just want to grab something easy to mix it with. This was the first thing I found, so that's what I'm going to use. So you just want to mix the chips, or not the chips, you want to mix the oats in. And I like to go by eye. Sometimes I need some more and sometimes I need less. So this I'm definitely going to need more. I don't know if it's because the bananas were a little overripe, but I'm actually going to need to add another cup. Now see, once I'm mixing it, it's still like kind of soupy. Alright, so we're just going to add a little bit of oats because it looks like it needs a little bit of extra. So I'm going to try and do another cup. Or I think, not fill it up all the way, so like kind of like a half a cup. So we're going to add that in there. Mix it up. Alright, you can see how it's getting a little thicker consistency. I'm going to add the other half a cup of oats, just to be safe. It will get thicker when I add the chips, so we're not going to add any more oats. That's enough. And then we're going to add the chips next. Alright, so this is the perfect texture when it's a little thick. Now we're going to add the chocolate chips. Okay, so I got my 1/3 cup. Now you can do this by taste. If you don't like that many chips, like I don't really like chocolate that much. I like it, but I don't like it to be overpowering. So I'm just going to add a 1/3 cup, and if I think it needs more, I'll add some more. But after I have everything, I'm going to just put it in the description box below exactly how much I used. Alright, so when you pour the chocolate chips in, we're going to fold it in. Just mix it until it's all in there evenly. I like to add one ingredient at a time. I just think it's better that way, so you can see like or feel how much you need. And so you can perfectly like fold the oats in with the bananas without having to worry about the chocolate chips. You like to do the oats first. Alright, so you just want to keep folding it in until it is all mixed in correctly. Alright, so see how it's all folded in there? You got the chips all perfectly, and they're not like all in one corner. And with honey, I don't really measure this out, I just pour it on top. So I just want to give just like a couple of drizzles on top. It all really depends on the taste, how much honey you like. But I don't know if you can see this, my camera doesn't auto zoom or autofocus, but I just drizzled it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll fold that in as well. And then after that, we're all done, and I'll show you how to put it on the baking sheet. It's pretty easy. And I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, you want to set your oven to 350. So you want to do that before you start it, so it's preheat it before you stick them in the oven. Because that's the worst when you forget, and then you're about to put it in the oven, and you're like, crap, I forgot to preheat the oven, and now I have to wait. Okay, so once that's mixed in all the way, we're going to stick it on the baking sheet. I like to put parchment paper down on my baking sheet before. It just makes it a lot easier to clean at the end, and it also makes the cookies not stick to the pan. But if you don't have parchment paper, just spray cooking spray. I actually bought this coconut oil cooking spray. It's actually healthier for you, and I really like it, so I use that instead of Pam if I don't have parchment paper. Alright, so I think that's mixed in pretty well. My pan's a little dirty, but I had the parchment paper on top. And I'm just going to grab a spoon. To grab my bigger spoon. Okay, now we're just going to spoonful it onto the tray. You can make them as big as you want. I usually make them this big right here. Kind of like one big spoonful. And these are perfect to take on the go with you or just as a little snack at home. And they don't need to be perfect balls at all. If you want them to be like that, go ahead, but I'll just make them like this. Because they're not gonna like come out like actual cookies. They're just gonna stay the same exact way they are, so it doesn't really matter. If you wanna make them perfect balls, go ahead, but I just like them to do them like this, and they taste the same. All right, and they're ready to go in the oven. We're gonna set the timer for 15 minutes. Alright, so now they're out of the oven, and I had them in there for 17 minutes, so a little over 15 minutes. I just like them a little crispier, but they're perfect, and you can tell at the bottom, if it's a little hard at the bottom, you know that's when they're perfect. I usually put them in a Tupperware container, and then I stick them in the fridge, and you can grab them as you go. So I like to have them cold, but they're really good to eat one fresh right now. Alright guys, so that's everything for today. I like to let the cookies cool a little bit before I stick them in a Tupperware container, and then I put them in the fridge, and then they're ready to go whenever you want. But that's everything, and I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more cooking videos, please let me know in the comment box below, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I have new videos every week, and I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.